All right, so we're here with James. This is James. Say hi, James.
Hello.
And we're going to interview him about the Kingdom Hearts franchise because he is an authority on all things Kingdom Hearts. For those of you who don't know, Brandi or David, would you like to explain what Kingdom Hearts is?
Kingdom Hearts is an action role-playing game designed by Square Enix.
Yes.
And
they make Final Fantasy as well, right?
Yes, they are also affiliated with Disney on that venture, and it came out really, really well. And I've been playing it since I don't know how old I was when it came out, but when it came out, and it's beautiful.
There are Disney characters in it, and it's pretty.
They're spectacular. The second game, I've only played part of the first one and all of the second one. I made the mistake of playing the first one first, or the second one first, and the gameplay is actually so much more fun in the second one that when I tried to play the first one, I was like, wow, this sucks.
It's fun because they have that, like, you hit triangle to do special moves.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway.
More sophisticated as the series goes on, so.
Yeah,
James. Much more simple.
In the latest game, what, Birth by Sleep?
Birth by Sleep.
Donald and Goofy are not in this one, correct?
Yes, they
Correct.
are.
No.
Oh, Birth by Sleep. No, they're not.
Well, they exist within the universe
either.
of Birth by Sleep, but they aren't actually important to the story of Birth by Sleep because Birth by Sleep takes place 10 years before the first Kingdom Hearts.
Okay. So could you give us the mechanics of how Terra is related to Sora? Exactly, because for those of you who don't know, in the second game, there's a character called Roxas, who you find out is actually Sora's nobody, which is a long, complicated thing. But anyway, he is Sora. That's basically, he's like part of Sora. So, anyway, this is Kenny. We might kill him at the end of the episode.
What are the three characters in Birth by Sleep? And they
Terra, Aqua, and Ventus.
Which one represents Sora?
It's a little more complicated than that. They don't
Which one sort of represents Sora?
I'd have to say Ventus, which is, he looks exactly identical to Roxas.
I heard that was the explanation of how, like, Sora has a Keyblade and stuff like that.
Sora wasn't that really going to be a Keyblade Master regardless, but because of the fact that his heart bonds with Ventus in the events of Birth by Sleep, he is able to dual wield the Keyblade, as seen in the second game, because he contains like his own will to wield the Keyblade as well as Ventus's.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's very interesting.
Which is also explains why his nobody Roxas looks exactly like him.
So why does Mickey Mouse have a Keyblade?
Because
Mickey Mouse has a blade?
Why is his Keyblade inverted?
He's like Yoda.
Of Sora.
Oh my god, Mickey Mouse.
That's not
He's
so
a
much
beast.
important as like how he received the Keyblade. His master Yensid, who is also a very close friend of Ericus, who trained Terra, Aqua, and Ben, was training Mickey during the events of Birth by Sleep before he became a full-fledged Keyblade.
I have another question. In the first game in Hollow Bastion, why does Sora lose his Keyblade and is forced to fight with a wooden plank?
Riku was actually supposed to be the actual recipient of the Keyblade because he was chosen by Terra in the events of Birth by Sleep. During it's sort of like a
visit to that island place?
It's like how do I explain it?
Riku's a bam.
It's like
He's a bitch.
Damn. Alright. I can't think of the word, but it was like a ceremony. Like there's a ceremony that needs to be conducted by a Keyblade Master in order to pass it on to a recipient.
At any given time, how many Keyblade Masters are there?
That is
infinite?
Didn't Kairi have a Keyblade at one point?
Kairi received the Keyblade because she accidentally performed the ceremony with Aqua.
The Keyblade is such a slut. It just goes with whoever.
I mean, even before the events of Birth by Sleep, there were millions of Keyblades.
But who doesn't want a Keyblade? You can open any lock with your Keyblade.
You can even open locks that aren't there.
You can also kick people's ass, shoot fire, thunder, heal people, and freeze them.
The list goes on and on.
And also, when you go into like your ultimate mode, you float.
That's pretty sweet. And you can get the Ultima. You can get the Ultima weapon. Don't forget about that.
The Ultima weapon's the best.
Yeah.
Keyblade of all of them.
Yeah.
What was the combo that was usually used? It was Oathkeeper and
Oblivion, respectively, representing Kairi and Riku.
Huh.
White and black.
Yes.
That's interesting.
And what was the final form? Is the white-black form?
Final form is the silverish one.
Silverish. Okay.
Yes. You're probably thinking of anti-form, which is when he loses his heart and becomes
heartless.
Yes.
That's
okay.
That's a dumb one.
Now, many of
in the middle
you,
of a battle. and
many
then
of you may have
and
no
you said
idea
this
what we're
shitty
talking
thing
about
you
right
said,
now.
I just realized
Especially
that-
since while I'm attempting to talk, everyone else is talking, so you probably don't even know what I'm saying. But this is all probably very confusing. But to bring it all back home, what kind of effect would you say the fans have had on this franchise? Because wasn't it a lot simpler?
Well, initially, Kingdom Hearts wasn't even intended to become this big, great series. It was just Disney and Square Enix, which were at the time two of the biggest game franchises, coming together to make a game that would just sell really well.
I thought Disney
But
games sucked.
what?
I thought Disney games sucked.
Well, a lot of kids played them.
Oh.
So, it received a lot of attention, and they wanted to continue the series, and the creator actually slipped in a secret trailer into the first game in hopes that they would like it, and then would build on the story from that. And from then, now there are 7 main games in the series, and it's many people just really admire the series to the point where it's like part of their life.
There's
and an
also a
obsession.
manga.
My friend has
Yeah.
I heard the
like
manga's
little
really
yellow
bad,
stars.
The
And it-
Palfu fruit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she has a tattoo.
Symbolic. Because
Yeah.
in the universe
First
of Kingdom
game.
Hearts, you're supposed to share that with someone that you
I
want to
think-
be with
I-
forever.
I think
So you
this.
get that
And then
tattoo,
Rika's
yeah,
the
like a
third
symbol.
wheel.
I think this impact that the fans have had on the franchise can also be related to a lot of other franchises, such as, I don't know if you guys like superhero movies. And remember the original Iron Man movie, how they had that whole thing with Nick Fury, like after the credits?
Mhm.
That originally was not supposed to indicate anything.
Mhm.
They just did that for fun. Like, they put that in there as a joke. But then the fans loved it so much, and the studio was like, oh, we now have to please the fans. So now an entire series of movies have been made as a result of fan reaction. Sort of like Boba Fett, Star Wars. Same exact thing, where it's like, he just looked cool. Boba Fett was in like 2 minutes of the series, and he just looked cool. And he even died, like, really pathetically.
Jango Fett.
Yeah, and then, suddenly they invent he has a father, and that
Well, that's not in the
all the
actual series.
Stormtroopers are Boba Fett.
That's not in the actual series.
What, Jango Fett?
Yeah, that's not in the book or whatever.
There was no books
I thought
that
there
it was
were
based
books.
on. There are books based on the movies, but the movies were not based on books.
Oh. Oops.
But yeah, basically as a result of fan reaction, that's just become like a huge thing. And there's other series in which that's happened as well. But it's really interesting how fans can essentially make the art as, like, sort of like with Lost. You guys watch Lost at all? Certain characters got killed off because the fans didn't like them.
Oh, the incest twin people.
Yeah, everyone hated Shannon. Everyone hated Shannon, so they killed her.
And they killed her in the worst way. She was still alive and they buried her.
No, that was Nikki and Paolo.
I thought that was them.
No, Shannon, you're thinking of Shannon and Boone. Boone died when he fell off an airplane. Shannon got shot.
I didn't see Boone die, and I don't remember Shannon getting shot.
I didn't watch
She
that.
was.
She did shot.
She started like an affair with Saeed. But I do know who you're talking about, Nikki and Paolo. That was my all-time favorite episode of that
They
series.
were alive and they got buried.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Sucked.
I love that episode. All right. So, anyway, I think that pretty much just wraps it up. Thank you very much, James.
Thank you for having me, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Unexpectedly.
Yeah, don't leave her hanging. David, shake James's hand. There we go. Togetherness. All right. So, hope you guys enjoyed this.